Welcome to our easy beginner yoga sequence. Find a comfortable seated position on your yoga mat and let's begin. Starting an easy cross-legged pose or whatever other seated pose feels good to you, place your hands in Namaste or prayer pose at your chest and take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. When you're ready, place your hands on your knees, bring the chest forward and around the back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back for seated cat-cow. Doing this a few times to warm up the spine. Coming back to center, begin to circle the torso around, warming up the spine further. Make the circles as large as feels comfortable for you. And then switch directions, circling the other way. Come back to center, sitting up nice and tall. Take the left hand behind you and right hand to left knee and twist. And the inhales getting a little higher and the exhales a little deeper. Switching sides. Right hand behind and left hand to right knee. And then adjusting yourself, taking the foot in front of the other if you can. Fold forward over your cross legs. Take a couple breaths here. This helps to stretch out the fascia and the connective tissues when we hold the poses a little bit longer. Now switch so that the other foot is in front and fold forward again. Just make sure we stretch out the hips in an equal way. Breathing deep here and sitting back up. Now turn to be long ways on your mat. Take your legs out straight in front, toes pointed up toward the ceiling or the sky, and inhale, fold forward after the exhale. When you're seated, forward fold here, just take a couple breaths. I'm demonstrating something in between, but if you can't go quite as far, you can always just take the hands to the thighs. Take the left foot in, inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward. Jenyocum or head to knee pose. Again, just coming down as far as you can in this pose. I'm showing something in between. Take the leg out a little bit further and then rotate, taking that right arm down the leg, reaching that left arm up and over, stretching out the left side of the body here. You can turn to look up towards the ceiling or the sky. You'd like to get a little deeper in this pose. Coming back up to center, extend the legs out, switching to do jenyocum on the other side. So right foot in, inhale, arms up, exhale, folding forward. Just coming down as far as you can without bending that knee. Breathing here, letting that open. And coming back up, take that leg out to the side a little further. Rotate, taking the left arm down the leg and right arm up overhead, stretching out the right side of the body. And again, if you so choose, you can tilt to turn your head to look up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Breathing here. and come back to center. Now take the legs out to the sides as far as you can. Rotate that hip and thigh flesh inward to help you rotate forward. And take the arms out in front as far as you can. Again, if you can't go quite as far as I'm showing here, just go until your inner thighs stop you, or your low back if that's where you're feeling it. If you can go further than what I'm showing, do that as well. Take some nice deep breaths here, and walk the hands back up, then down the left leg, holding here. And twist again, rotating and taking that right arm up overhead, opening that side body one more time. If this is too challenging for you, you can always just stay in that fold instead. Now switching sides, taking the hands down, that right leg to start. Breathing here, a couple breaths. And then rotating, taking that left arm up overhead, stretching out that side body. Again, if it's too much, just stay in that regular fold. Come back up to center and reach down that left side and then the right. Just alternate here as best you can. You don't have to go as deep as I'm showing here. So if it's easier to just take the hand to the thigh, that's fine too. Reach and stretch, really opening the side body here. And come back to center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward one more time. Breathing here, seeing if you can get a little deeper than you did before. And then walk the hands back up. Take the feet together in our butterfly pose. Adjust any hip and thigh flesh that you need to. Sit up tall and then fold forward, taking that head down towards the feet as far as you can. Again, if you can't go quite that far, just wherever you can go. This one is great for opening up the low back, the hips, the inner thighs. It's just going to depend on where you're tight, where you feel it. And then take the hands and the upper body back up to seated. Now take the left leg, cross it over the right with the knee bent. Take that right elbow to the left knee and twist. Taking the left hand behind you, looking behind you as best you can. Now switching sides, right leg over the left with the knee bent, left elbow to the outside of that knee and the right hand behind you. Coming back to center. Now go ahead and come on to hands and knees. We're going to do some twists. So taking that left arm down with the right arm up toward the ceiling if you can. And then right arm through with the left arm going up toward the ceiling. And alternating. Twists are great for cleansing out all the toxins in the body. So again, switching sides. If you can't take that arm up toward the ceiling or the sky, that's completely fine. You can leave it down. If you can't get the one shoulder all the way down to the ground, again, just wherever you can get to is completely fine. Yoga is not a competition. And again, breathing on each side. And back to center, then sit back in child's pose, sinking the hips down towards the heels, extending the arms out, forehead down to the mat. And just taking a breath there. And tuck the toes under and lift the hips into downward facing dog. Walk out the dog by alternating, bending the knees And sinking those heels down just to help warm it up since it's our first one of the practice. And sinking back, then roll it forward into plank, chaturanga, down into up dog, and then tuck the toes, lift back into downward facing dog. So repeating that flow, and down and up into up dog, then to back to down dog. Plank, chaturanga, down, and then to up dog, back to down dog. Again, walking it out a little bit here if you need to. Take that right leg up toward the sky, bend the knee, opening up into our three-legged dog. And place it back down, switching sides, left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip into a three-legged dog. And place it back down. Now from this downward facing dog, take that right leg up, take it and bend, placing the foot between the hands. Shift that left leg back, sweep the arms to come up into our warrior two pose. Adjust the feet as needed, and then look over the front hands. Wheel the hands down, bring that foot again, and then come back into downward facing dog. Switching sides, taking that left foot up between the hands as best you can and sweeping up. Doesn't even have to be super graceful if you don't need it to be. As best you can, get up there into your warrior two and just breathing here. And taking the hands down, step that back foot forward, fold down with the knees bent. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down into prayer pose at your chest. Taking a moment here. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump back if you can into plank, then chaturanga, up dog, and then flowing back into downward facing dog. And bend those knees and jump forward if you can. If not, just step forward, flat back, and then fold forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms at your chest, hands in prayer pose. Inhaling up, exhaling forward, jumping back, plank chaturanga, up dog, and then into down dog. And again, jump or step forward, flat back, folding forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands at prayer pose at your chest. Take a moment here. Inhale. And then exhale, sit down into our chair pose. Twist to take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So a chair twist. And inhale, back in a chair. Switching sides, taking the outside of that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhaling up to chair pose. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, flat back. And then go ahead and sit down on the mat into an easy cross-legged position. Shake it out a little bit if you need to here. And then let's do a couple more twists. So like we did before, taking that left hand behind your right hand to left knee and switching sides, twisting to the right. Now coming onto the back, bring the knees into the chest and just rock side to side gently. And then roll the knees in a circle. Switch directions. And then bring the right knee into the chest and then take the left leg out straight on the mat, or you can have it bent with the foot flat. but hugging that right knee in as close as you can. Then cross the knee over the body, coming into a deeper twist. Breathing here. Coming back to center, hug that knee in one more time and release. Switching sides, taking the left knee in. And again, you can choose to extend that right leg out or keep it bent with the foot flat. So hugging that left knee in, and then taking the right hand to the outside of the left knee and crossing it over the body. Extend that left arm out and turn to look towards that left hand if you can with your head. Breathing here. Coming back to center, hugging that knee in one more time and release. Now reposition yourself however you need to, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. You can place one hand on your chest and one hand on the lower belly if you'd like. Closing the eyes, breathing here. If the thought enters your mind, just acknowledge it and let it go. And focus only on the breath until I give you more instructions. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch in whatever way feels good to you right now. And then roll over onto the right side in a fetal position, supporting your head with your arm. And then push up into an easy cross-legged position. Take your hands into Namaste or prayer pose at your chest. Tuck the chin, close the eyes, and take a couple of breaths in and out through the nose here. I bow to my teachers, to my teachers' teachers, and to you, my students, for you are my greatest teachers. Namaste.